Alright, let's keep on learning pawn tactics. Black to move. Find the good moves here. Well, here you have to read 15 moves actually, but you can use these pawns to actually take one of these three generals for the pawns. Well, the first move is this pawn sacrifice promotion. And you see this square is a weak point for white because it's the head of the silver and also the diagonal front from the golds. And well, if he takes with the silver's dead in just one move, right? So he'll have to take it by either of the golds. So let's say he took it with this one, and then what? Yeah, you drop the pawn to here. And if he folds this way, the gold is captured. So he moves it this way. You drop the pawn to here, and the gold folds back. Now what's the next move? Yeah, the pawn sacrifice promotion. Well, this time he should take it with another gold here, because it can fold back to here and here to the original position. So you drop it here, and drop again. Well, this pawn tactic is called dancing pawns. Well, but I think it's not the pawns that are dancing. I think these generals are dancing. And finally, your next move would be, yes, of course, the pawn sacrifice promotion. Now you can take one of these generals. If silver takes it, he can go back and capture it. And either of the golds, it captured too. It can't go back. Alright, black to move. Read the following 7 moves. Well, you're gonna aim at this silver. You start by pawn drop to 2d. White will take it, and then it's not rook to 2d. It's joining pawn. Pawn 2e. Pawn takes, and then rook recaptures. We call this rook's cross attack. Well, it's threatening the silver, so let's say white protects it by pawn to 3d by the bishop. Now you can't take the silver, but as I've said, you are also attacking this way, right? So what's a good move here? Yeah, it's the dangling pawn, the 2d. He can't prevent the pawn from promoting. It's black to move. Find a good pawn tactic. Make the best use of this bishop's diagonal. Well, it's pawn to 2d. He can't take it with the silver because of this bishop. So pawn takes 2d. And then joining pawn. Pawn takes and knight recaptures. Well, this silver can't escape. And moreover, now you're threatening this double check. So maybe he'll drop the pawn to 2c so you can win the silver. Black to move. Find a good counterattack. Well, don't just drop the pawn to hg, because the rook can easily fall back. So a good move here is to drop a pawn to 8e, closing the escaping route of the rook. Now you're threatening to capture the rook. So he'll take the pawn by the knight, but then pawn to 8g. Knight takes 7g, and you win the rook. Well, but be careful. If the king was, for instance, here, this won't work, because after you drop the pawn, he'll go knight takes 7g, unpromote and check. So The rook can escape. Black to move. Find a good move here. It's pawn to 4b. A focus pawn. If silver takes it, you win the gold. And if he takes with the gold, you win the silver. So best what I can do is gold to 5b, but you can promote the pawn. So you see, pawn tactics are so powerful. You can destroy the opponent's camp only by the pawn drop. But you can make this attack only when your pawn that was here has already gone. Black to move. Find a good move here. Well, some of you might thought it's knight takes 2c, but this is not very good. Now the king is safe. So the good move here is pawn drop to 2d. If he takes it, gold drop to 2c, and checkmate. Golden head. And if the silver escapes, then you can drop the gold to 2c. The king will run to 3a, but take the silver and checkmate. Now it's black to move. Find a good pawn tactic. Well, those who have found this has pretty good sense. Well, if we take it, well, then pawn to 2b, and he can't take it. But, well, he can defend here by dropping the gold, or maybe at this position. So, the answer here is pawn drop to 4d. Well, this attack is so fast that white doesn't have time to drop the gold, because pawn takes 4c promote is a powerful check. So after he takes it, yeah, it's pawn drop to 4c, and you can win the silver. Black to move. What is the best move here? Is it pawn to 2c? No, of course it's not. It's pawn to 3c. Focus pawn. Well, it interferes with the rook's protection to the silver. So if he takes with the knight, you win the silver. And if he takes with the bishop, again you can take the silver, or you can just promote the rook. So if white wants to keep protecting the silver, he has to take it with the rook. But you win the bishop. Now black to move. Find a good move here. Well, pawn drop to 3c looks pretty good, but he can defend by pawn drop to 3a. And if you promote the pawn, he'll take it with the rook. Now the king's safe. So the good move here is it's pawn drop to 3b. Now this is threat made by either gold to 2b, golden head, or gold drop to 3a. So he'll take it with the rook. Now you don't want to take it, of course. The king would be safe, so what's the next move here? Now it's pawn to 3c. Now this is a threat made by pawn promote to 3b. And if he takes it, checkmate. And he moves away, also checkmate. Rook takes, pawn takes and promote. Alright, that's all for this video. And by the way, I think I'll need some feedbacks from subscribers for this series, because there are many types of problems that I can choose from. So I want to hear from you about your requests for the problem categories you want to solve, like whether you want to solve pawn tactics or how to destroy opponent's castle, how to defend, or maybe you want to just keep solving checkmate problems and so on. So I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Take care and see you next time.